My name is Daryl.
My name is Robert.
And we've seen Project Hail Mary.
In 1975, Gary Dahl created the pet rock, a smooth, gray river rock in a cardboard box marketed as a pet. Easier than a fish, easier than sea monkeys, costing $3.95, and he sold over 1.3 million rocks. He died in 2015, and his creation is still sold today. Gary Dahl has nothing to do with this movie, but I think he would have enjoyed it.
What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La da 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 da. Ryan Gosling, a nice guy, is tasked with being the fall guy and fixing Earth because of the brilliant things in his notebook. In spite of some residual plastic in his face from Barbie, Gosling manages to move his features in the appropriate way to elicit tears. If you're a fan of Thor Ragnarok and of Mice and Men, you'll love Project Hail Mary. Yeah, so Tupac.
Shouts out Tupac and shouts out Botox. Because Tupac would have had Botox if he was still alive today.
He may, if he's alive, if those theories are right, he may be rocking Botox, crazy plastic surgery, just so he could live a normal life.
No, yeah. He looks like Nick Cage right now. He is Nick Cage. Tupac is Nick Cage.
I love the idea of Tupac looking like Nick Cage. He did a face-off?
Exactly.
So anyway, speaking of movies that have nothing to do with anything. No, seriously. We saw Project Hail Mary today. Literally.
I didn't want to. You know
Did
why?
you really not want to see it?
You know why I didn't want to?
I think. But go ahead, tell them.
2 hours and 36 minutes?
About 36 minutes, correct.
And I'm not a fan of long movies. And now that's standard movies, by the way. It's standard.
It used to be. It's always been. That's not even that crazy. Gone with the Wind is like 3.5 hours or some crazy shit.
But then our friend said it's a space movie. And I was just like, you know what?
Context.
It is a space movie.
Right.
And these movies are always that long.
They deserve to be. Space is vast.
A thing that with me with long movies is that I'm like, when is this going to be over? Yeah. You just take it and take it and take it. And you're just like, you have to do the whole, whatever.
Whatever. Netflix and whatever. Exactly. That same recontextualizing of like, first of all, you went to fucking film school. You've seen long ass movies in other countries and other languages and you suffered through it. So yeah, what the hell? This is not a big deal. But it was very fun. It was super cool. One thing, without getting into too many spoilers in this first half at least, that this movie is about Hail Mary. The phrase Hail Mary describes a situation which you think is not going to work. It's a long shot.
It's a long shot situation.
But then it does.
Yeah, it's a Hail Mary.
Let's keep it easy here. What's a Hail Mary in your life that you're proud of, that you...
Not proud
maybe
of.
at cocktail parties to tell people you never believe what I got away with.
The one story, when we were talking about Hail Marys in our lives, right? Because that's what the whole government did in this situation, in this movie. There was two situations I've thought about. And the second situation, I want you to let me know if it is actually a Hail Mary or not.
I would love to do that for you.
But the first situation, you know this story. I'm going to say the story again. I probably said it on the pod already. Was walking from our homie's house and getting stopped by the cops. The cops literally going on the curb, cutting us off. We're just walking, right? We didn't do anything crazy. We just left the house. That's all we did. We're walking. The cops cut us off. They're in front of us. And they stop and frisk us. This was before stop and frisk wasn't a thing anymore.
Sure.
It was still legal. They frisked us. Or maybe it wasn't. Either way, we got stopped and frisked.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And they ended up finding in my wallet. And I told them that it was tea. I said, I have tea in my wallet. I said that they were like, what is this? And I say, that's just, you put it in your tea, and it melts, and it's just tea. And he looked at me.
And it's just tea.
Yeah, like it was just tea flavoring. I
totally, and I do remember this story. It's fucking spellbinding, man.
I literally said, you put that in your tea? And he's like, you put it in, he smelled it. I remember him, he had my wallet, he smelled it. And then I told him, if you put in your tea, it's for your tea. He put it back in my wallet and he ended up giving me back my shit. I ended up walking away and going home while my buddy ended up getting arrested and going to jail. And that, to me, was...
You know what that relates to in this movie, actually? It's perfect you said that. One of the characters in the movie does this thing where he goes like this at the end of the movie. That's the reason that he got away with that. Incredible stuff. I just want you to know that. And we all know. My Hail Mary, so crazy. Yeah, a lot of that was going on with the homies back in the day, getting stopped in insane ways, like the cops were about to stop Chapo.
No, I remember
you know what I mean?
being on my block, literally where I lived, and the cops like just doing a slow like drive-by like speed.
They were clocking.
Where they were shouting at us like, "Yo, what you doing? Why are you out here? First of all, why are you out here? It's like a public place. What are you talking about?"
I'm white. Project Hail Mary. Hail Mary. What was my Hail Mary?
What was your Hail Mary? I got another one for you, but give me yours.
Oh, this one is kind of light, because obviously I have. Look, I consider myself to be very, very fortunate. I don't take for granted that I've survived and gotten away with big and small things that, like, I was lucky, seriously. Mm-hmm. One thing, small scale, when I was in film school, when I was in Brooklyn College studying film, literal film, it was the first class where we were actually using film, editing manually film, doing all that stuff. We had, obviously, to submit a film at the end of the semester. Mm-hmm. Not only did I procrastinate, as I always did during that time, the average student was buying more than one roll of film because you want to film a bunch. This is stuff that I know now, like,
you want to have enough. You don't want to buy the exact amount.
Exactly. Yeah. But of course I was broke, and they gave everybody just one sort of used already film reel that you can use, but you were expected to probably buy more if you wanted to be successful in the fucking class.
Mm-hmm. Were you successful? No.
Well. I had used just the one. I waited to the very, very last minute. I had something in mind. I was going to use the script from my script writing class and just film that.
Smooth.
So
double dipping on the resources.
So I hit the homie up very last minute. Also hit a couple of homies up that you would know. I won't mention them now.
You had sex before you had to do this whole thing?
No, the film was the sex. No, I'm just kidding. No, so I filmed a quick little thing, and then the other process is you have to get that developed. And then you have to transfer it to digital.
Okay, yeah.
And then edit it on Final Cut.
And this is you have to do this every step.
Right, exactly. Because of how last minute I was, because of how unprepared I was, I had to cut it manually. So I had to do the old school method of splicing the film, taping the film, segmenting the film, putting it together, and I turned it in, and I got a B on that shit.
So because of your laziness, you had to do more work.
Yeah, and I wouldn't wish editing manually on anybody.
But you ended up passing. You didn't think you were going to make it.
No, I come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. They were giving it up just because I pulled that shit off. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that story that I'm completely cutting from beginning to end. No, I got to pick one of the stories. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. But anyway, we'll be back in the second half to actually have you catch the football we threw in the first half.
Yeah, the Hail Mary worked.
Something like that, right? It's like one of these things, we're back. It's one of these things where when we're thinking about movies, sometimes we want to think about like a theme or some way to relate, maybe dress a certain way. Mm-hmm. But we're also trying to do this thing because we are modern men, or so they say, where we watch a fucking movie that just came out.
Okay.
And we do an episode that day, and we put that episode out that week. Is that so crazy?
We're trying to...
Is that impossible?
We're trying to remember to let you guys know to like and subscribe.
That part.
That's what we're trying to let you guys know.
That part.
We're letting you know that we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on the TikToks.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're even on letterboxd. We got plenty of reviews there. I'm waiting for us to hit 52 so that we could do that year-long episode.
Penguin Publishing has decided that they're interested in maybe publishing our reviews on letterboxd. It's a new thing. You didn't even know about this. I just got the email.
I didn't even know that. I don't even...
It might be spam, but we'll figure it out.
The penguins are going to die along with the polar bears, so...
Penguin and Absolute Batman looks crazy, by the way. Talk about that later. This movie...
Looking like me. Just for the hunchback.
This movie was kind of fire. Let's not bury the lead there. I think we don't gotta act like we didn't fuck with this shit.
I haven't watched a lot of space movies. You can name
We've
space
spoken about
movies,
this. Yes,
and I'll let you know I haven't watched any of them.
Actually, why don't I do that just so we can... you can check if you've seen them, but also I can say which ones this reminded me of.
Okay, let's do it real quick though, and then you can let me know. Name.
The Martian.
No.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. No, that's really terrestrial.
Not at all.
Space Odyssey.
Nope.
You haven't seen that. Gravity.
Nope.
Alien. The first one. Okay.
I've seen Alien.
But that's more horror.
That is, especially the first one.
Apollo 13?
Nope.
That's it. We can go.
Any of them you say? I haven't seen.
This movie feels like The Martian. That's one of the movies it's given me, The Martian. And then I check, and Drew Goddard wrote that too.
Into the Spider-Verse, that's the one that he wrote, I think.
Yeah, he worked in them. I'm not sure if he wrote. Yeah, I think maybe he wrote them.
And Rocky looking hella like a spider.
Rocky
was looking like a spider.
Spiders,
he was looking like the spider that's on Spider-Man's chest. Like, correct. You know what I like that
Caveman Spider-Man, the first. So yeah, and Space Odyssey 2, where you have a companion who is like, not another species, but he's AI or some shit like that. Whatever. This was giving me a lot of those things, but I want to say it wasn't copying anything. It was, even though the homie wrote The Martian,
It was copying.
This was a different movie.
It was copying Adam Sandler's movie for sure.
Get into it.
It was 100%.
This guy can't stop talking about Adam Sandler. he had no.
You know what's so funny? I didn't watch that movie either.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have no idea how much that pays off for me and not for y'all. He's been talking about this shit for hours.
I was just like, yo, the spider is Rocky. Adam Sandler looks like Ryan Gosling.
Now that's the part right there.
If you squint your eyes, you'll be like, oh, look at that.
You mean if you close them? If you squint your eyes enough, you close them.
You also have the same laugh if you open your ears.
If you open your ears,
you'll hear it. I don't know if you'll hear it.
I have a pesky habit of closing my ears, so I don't.
No.
Dude,
You need a Q-tip.
you know what's funny? We talk about this all the time, but when we really fuck with a movie, and I feel like newer ones especially, we find ourselves nervous to have a boring us gushing about it. But you know what? What helps? That this movie is fun and silly as shit, man.
But the thing that's hard for me is like I don't want to spoil it either.
Right, we were talking about that too as soon as we walked out.
But I always want to like talk about specific scenes. But I guess we could talk about specific people because Ryan Gosling, he's in basically. The movie's about him.
He's the
supporting characters for sure.
He's the
but
guy.
Nobody's winning an award for supporting character in this movie because
Rocky, yeah,
maybe Rocky.
It would be Rocky if it was a person.
He's like a main. You know what I mean? He's like he becomes his other half because he has to be.
Exactly, yeah.
But Ryan was so good, funny. He made me sad. I almost cried. I was just like, I'm about to
almost.
feel.
Are you kidding me? I had to literally look off screen for some of the moments because I wasn't expecting this shit to be so heartwarming.
No, me neither.
You know what I mean?
I thought it was gonna end bad, but it was a heartwarming.
Yeah, you were saying
movie.
you kept expecting like some evil, and some shit like that. Yeah,
every alien thing I've ever seen has always has some negative connotation in the movie where they're gonna just kill you or they're superior.
Right.
This is the movie where they put humans and aliens on the same plane, trying to solve the same issue, and working together to hopefully resolve it.
Right. I will say this is a compliment to the movie that we can talk about all the things we just said and compare it to these movies, and you still won't know where this movie's gonna go, what happens in it, all those elements. It's still creative as shit.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
But I think like the positive connotation to the movie is I think what separates it from all
There's
the
an
other
uplifting
alien.
vibe.
Yeah, it's comedic. It's very funny and
it's light.
Yeah, it's light.
Well, there's heavy dramatic emotional moments, but they don't leave you broken.
So I need to give a shout out to my homie Rocky, who is voiced by James Ortiz.
Oh, thank you for checking that because I didn't even. Yeah, who's that? James Ortiz. Do you know?
James Ortiz. So interesting about about Rocky is he was gonna have no voice. He was gonna be a voiceless character. Right. They weren't gonna do anything with him.
Right.
But during the improv of the movie, James Ortiz is the puppeteer controlling Rocky.
Interesting.
So he started voicing, just like improvising with
and
Ryan.
And they went through a bunch of voices too. I'm interested. Do you know if Meryl Streep actual voice?
His actual voice.
And who was the other person?
I forgot the other person, but Meryl Streep was an actual voice, which is very funny. Very cool.
It sounded like Patrick Stewart, but I don't know if they.
No. The other name I didn't like notice, so maybe it's like you might have.
I'll do my thing up here potentially. Yeah. No, but 100%. So this person he just got on there. Yeah, it's a simple voice. It's nothing crazy.
Simple voice, and there's a whole scene where they're going through the voices, trying to figure out which voice fits him.
Yeah.
Which is very funny, very good.
What I will say, again, this is not spoiling too much. Part of what's the dynamic in this movie is you have Ryan Gosling kind of buddy up with this other creature, and you have an element of not only just like a buddy movie, where there's camaraderie between two dudes that got to figure some shit out, but you also have almost like a pet vibe. Like if you ever see a movie where there's another species of creature and a human, the way they sort of like overcome language stuff or like different shit, but in a way that you might with an animal, you get some of those vibes too. You know what I mean?
It was giving me Wilson, even though Wilson was not somebody who was speaking back. He was only talking back to like in Tom Hanks' head, but he was giving me that the whole time.
Interesting. I saw the one where he speaks.
Because you were on whatever was in my wallet. That tea.
No, yeah. No, but yes, no, you're totally right. No, I see that.
He's lost in space. Homie was lost on an island. It was giving that vibe. And when you first meet him, he's kind of like an inanimate object. He doesn't have a voice.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't.
You have no idea what's gonna transpire.
So you kind of think maybe it'll go that route.
Right. I like a good sci-fi movie that they don't have to dwell too much on why does this ship work? Why are they going here? Why are they going there? You trust that
it's a situational thing.
And also set design. If you build a convincing enough, just with design, random buttons that mean nothing. It convinces your eyes. You're like, oh, you know.
What's that shit that Mona makes? Because that's what the ship was made out of.
It's that chocolate. It almost looks like a Swiss roll.
That custard.
But isn't it just like a Swiss roll kind of thing? It's like a log.
Like crispy. There we go. I think.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, I see what you mean. Because it looks kind of like a phyllo dough.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Knefe shit, yeah.
It was a knefe shit.
Ah,
and I was hungry the whole.
You're totally right.
That's what it was. I was just like, yo, this.
Damn, I wish I would have caught that when you said it the first time.
It was good. I was just like, oh shit.
I would have stood up like, yes, Lord.
You're like gonna eat that shit.
Naja.
He got to go inside of it. It was lit.
Hey, yo. Yeah, look, there's so much. Okay, so we talked about Ryan Gosling. Shouts out to him. People don't remember this.
He was in a Notebook.
People tend to forget. He was in the Notebook.
Just in case.
Just in case you forgot. Nah, Young Hercules.
Young Hercules.
The Xena.
they were in a cross episode.
Yeah, of course. That's so funny.
I was definitely on Xena more than I was on Young Hercules.
You know, I had to rock that Hercules outfit that one time for Halloween. I had to makeshift with the Workaholics wig. That's how you do it. What else about this movie? Look, honestly...
The music.
Oh, yes.
The music was great because they had different actual soundtracks, like modern soundtracks. They had the Beatles, they had other things, but they also had just like a great space composition.
The score itself was so emotional.
It was very
You think about how, like...
Different languages, too.
Yes, exactly. The music, yes. You think about any movie, what you're basically supposed to do with a score is, this scene's about to be sad as shit, bring in that sad music. Oh, it ended up not being sad. Bring in that little...
Yeah.
And even though you've seen it a million times, even though you've seen it used exactly the same way a million times, it's so effective that if you don't use it, you miss a little bit of that.
And something that I talk about all the time, maybe too much.
Shia LaBeouf.
I was gonna make that joke. You stepped on it.
Fuck! I'm so sorry.
Silence.
Go ahead.
Silence.
Yes.
There was a long ass sequence, and we knew that because we had the disabled and the young, and we were sandwiched in between them. There was silence. Where
the wildest statement. I think I'm gonna quote that and just have it. We were saying.
And you felt that silence because you heard them.
Yeah.
And it was just so long. I was just like, yo, just do something. I need something.
You know what it is too? And I was telling you this as we were leaving. I remember being a teenager and you're watching a movie either with a class or whatever that is boring. So you're just trying to make fun with your homies. I've been there in my fucking 20s. So it was funny to see them going through that because I was like, I wanted them to be shut. I wanted to feel the silence of that scene. But I do remember being a kid and being like,
no, I had to physically talk to myself.
I heard
and be like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I was okay with the disabled. I understood that. It was the youth I wasn't.
Oh, to not tell them to, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Because one of them kept looking at me every time I laughed.
I got a perfect question for you that I didn't get to ask in the first half.
Tell me.
If you had to save the people in front of us that were sitting there, or the people behind us, say it's one of those classic moral dilemmas where you have the train and you have to pick which way to go.
Okay.
And you're going to kill one of the groups or the other. Which do you choose?
You think I would go the Spartan route, but I won't.
Which is?
Killing the disabled.
Oh. True.
I'm not going to go the Spartan route.
You're going to kill the young ones.
I'm going to kill the young ones. Because they're no good and they're young.
Sure, you cull the young.
Yeah, cut.
Like a lioness eating her cub.
Like weeds that are just like, you know what I mean?
Sure,
you just gotta pull them out now.
Sure, like
weeds. Before they grow.
Like weeds in your wallet.
Weeds in my wallet.
That's going to be the name of my short story book.
Weeds in episode. Weeds in my wallet.
Weeds in my... We don't even name it the movie? They're like, what the fuck? I don't hear about that Ryan Gosling movie.
Second name.
So where would you score this movie? I don't know. It was look, it was a fantastic movie, a lot of fun, a lot of drama. The time goes by, I think, in a very good way. We recommend you watch it. We're trying to dance around a lot of it because, like I say with a lot of the new movies, it's worth going into with as little info as possible and as little whatever. Yeah, it was awesome,
sure.
dude.
There was a beginning, like, you know how they do like kind of like quizzes or some type of like trivia with the actual actors in the movie.
They do that trivia shit.
They gave me so much information in that bit that I did not know.
Well, I was asking for ice.
And I was just like, I was trying to like ignore it because I don't want to go into a movie knowing too much.
Exactly.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
They give it away all in the trailer. But I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was a great movie. I would watch it again. It's a movie that I feel like if you watch it again, you'll pick up different things. I love a buddy cop type movie, and that's what it felt like. It was lighthearted. I like Ryan Gosling.
That bro camaraderie there.
I really like that Rocky was practical.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. I was wondering if there was like Andy Serkis was in there just moving around. You know what I mean?
The space shit is very practical. Like they had him in like a harness the whole time, just like moving around and shit.
It was awesome.
Chris Nolan would have had motherfuckers in space, but
for sure. He would have had a real rock spider, dude.
Yeah, deadass.
Which is crazy.
But yeah, I'll give it that.
I like that. I'm not going to be too far from you. I'm giving it an 8-1.
8-1.
It's in that range. This is the kind of thing where you want to be. I want to be better at rewatching movies. I want to see one battle after another again. I want to see Sinners again because I do want to give it another fucking,
Give it another
But
go.
my initial gut thing is that this is good. I don't want to overstate it. I think you guys will all have a lot of fun if you watch this. Just know, like a good sci-fi, this is going to be. You have to be okay with it being a little longer. Space is vast. It's infinite.
It is.
And there's a lot to get through. And in this movie, there's also a lot of emotional shit to get through. But it's all worth it, in my opinion. Well acted.
It also ends like with like a kind of a question mark where you're just like, okay, cool. You don't know which way it's going to go. And it's different than like I initially had thought. I was like, this is either going to end badly or okay. And it ended different, completely different than the
third
endings
option.
I gave. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right, y'all. Project Hail Mary. We did it again. We did it. I wish I had a newspaper to show you what date it was. But this shit is pretty soon.
The Notebook next.
We'll see you soon. No shot, dude. And fuck Twilight.